And gets down. Let's hope he made it. It wasn't on.
It wasn't on. The mic was off the whole time.
So, the mic was off the entire time. I've been commentating for this entire morning. I'm so sorry. Hopefully, you'll be able to hear it now.
Press the button.
Which?
That button. This one. Yeah.
So sorry. My name is Kristen Taryn. I've been commentating all morning, but you haven't heard me. And as luck would have it, the first person that you will hopefully hear me commentate for is my coach, Jason Wood. Jason's second attempt is for 182 and a half.
Here comes Jason Wood, 402 pounds. Come on, Jason, let's fire it up.
Jason made 170 on his first attempt. Jason is an experienced lifter. He coaches a lot of people, a lot of masters lifters. Looks like he made depth. Let's see. We'll see what the judges say. Good lift. 3 white lights.
And the lift is good.
Lift. And thank you to Andromeda Moreno for pointing out that the audio was not working.
All right,
Glad I had my Facebook going.
He's a powerlifting coach and he's a multi-time.
Up next is Ron Garofalo. Ron coaches a lot of lifters. He had a lot of lifters compete yesterday. He runs Virtus Gym, which Gino likes to say is Latin for hope and charity, and it's actually Latin for power, but we'll give it to him. Gets down. Let's see if he gets it up pretty easily. Let's see if he made depth. The judges say 3 white lights. Good lift. Up next is Titan Rittenauer. Titan got 227 and a half on his first attempt. He is now trying 245. If you would like to follow along on the to look at the results, you can follow along on liftingcast.com. It's liftingcast.com. Bars loaded for Titan.
Bars loaded Titan right now. 540 pounds raw.
And you can see Bryce Lewis is spotting today. He's a world champion lifter.
Hails from Rocky Mountain Lifting Club in Aurora, Colorado.
Looks like he got deep enough. Let's see what the judges say. Lifted that pretty easily. 3 white lights. Good lift. Up next is Gary Peterson. We're starting our third squats. Gary attempted 62 and a half on his second. He missed it because of depth. And he has gone up 5K to 67 and a half. You are allowed to increase your weight if you miss the attempt. You just cannot go down. He could have attempted 62 and a half again if he wanted, but he decided to go up 5K. Gary is in his 70s, lifting as a Masters 4 lifter.
Gary Peterson, 148 pounds.
Gary is attempting just under 150 pounds at nearly 80 years old.
Bars loaded, Gary Peterson, Masters 4 lifter.
Let's see if I know he tried to pull that down. Let's see what the judges say. Judges say good lift, 2-1. And I think that was an American record for Mr. Peterson. Congratulations. So up next is Brian Chumsky. Brian is attempting 152.5 kilos. Brian is a Masters 1 lifter. He is just going up 2.5 from his second. He did make his second at 150 kilos.
All right, Brian Chomsky, 336 pounds. The bar is loaded. Come on, Brian. Are you paying attention, Carolyn? Are you paying attention, Martin? Are you paying attention, Dominic? Are you paying attention, Greta? Where's Greta? Come over here, Greta. Your mother's stuff in.
We've got plenty of low. Does he have the strength? Oh, I don't think so. It's a good attempt.
Come on, Greta. That's right. Hot, Greta.
Next up is Bob Bemer, Masters 4 lifter. Bob is equipped. Bob is lifting with a suit on, which gives him compression, and he's also lifting with knee wraps, which aid the lifter in getting more weight.
3 national judges in the chair. Alex is the national referee. Frank is the national referee. We got Dan Portillo sitting on the side. He's an international referee. I've had at least
Bob's personal best is 160 in the squat, and he's attempting 170, which I also think is for an American record. There are 3 national referees in the chairs, so that if he makes this list, it will be an American record. Let's see if he makes depth. He had the strength to get it up. Let's see what the judges say. No good. He looked a little high. But it was a good attempt.
Oh, so close, 2-1.
Up next is Jim Berkshire. Jim has to make this lift to stay in the meet. He is attempting 182.5. He had the strength to make it on the second. Unfortunately, he jumped the racked command, so he did not get credit for the lift. Jim can continue to compete if he doesn't make this. He just won't get a total.
Bars loaded. Come on, James.
Jim is a Colorado State record holder in his division. Oh, he tried to get that down. He waited for the rack command. Let's see if he was deep enough. It was 3 white lights. Good job, Jim.
You need at least 1 of each of the list. He missed his first 2. He got his third.
Up is Tom Sensich. Tom is a Masters 3 lifter.
407.
He's in the 93 weight class.
100 kilos. He's now at 185 kilos. Wow.
Tom has gone up 85 kilos from his first attempt to his third. Tom did his first lift raw. And now I'm not sure what he did his second. His third is equipped. He probably did that just to make sure he'd get a total. That would be my guess. All right, he's got to lock it out. See what the judges say. I don't know if he was ever locked out, but let's see what they say. Yep, one judge says not deep enough, but 2-1. Up next is my coach, Jason Wood. Jason is also responsible for bringing you this live stream. Jason coaches a lot of masters lifters.
That's done, right? There's only 2 flights. All right.
That's his wife next to him, helping coaching.
For Jason Wood. Jason is also an accomplished Olympic weightlifter. Sorry, his wife is. National champion Olympic weightlifter.
Oh, Jason backed off.
Give me a round of applause for Jason.
Why did he back off?
Lightweight. 413.4.
It looks like he got deep enough. Definitely had the strength. Good job, Jason. Jason just earned 3 beers because he got his 3 lifts. Ron Garofalo is up next. Ron is also an experienced lifter and coach.
Ron Garofalo, 440 pounds.
Garofalo, if I said that incorrectly, I apologize. He went up 7.5K from his second squat. He is attempting 441 pounds.
Curtis is Latin for endurance and charity.
Looks like he took his time to get depth. Pushed that up fairly easily. 3 white lights. Good lift.
Here comes Titan, and then after Titan, we're going to take a 10-minute break.
Titan Rittenauer is the last lifter for the squats. He's attempting 250K. He is a Masters 1 lifter, taking a 5-kilo jump. That's Dan Goudreau. You see there on the platform. He is the meet director and the Colorado State chair of USA powerlifting.
The fire is loaded, Titan right now. Not on Garofalo. Titan, right there we go. Titan. Titan's got 551 pounds. Give me a round of applause for Titan. Alex, you're on. World champion.
This is a 551-pound attempt. Looks like he got deep enough. He grinds that out. Looks like a good lift. Let's see. Yep, 3 white lights. Good job.
All right, 10 minutes on the clock. We'll be back. Don't call right now.
It looks as though we accidentally missed a lifter. Thomas Grier. Looks like we missed him twice. He's got he is going to attempt his.
4 minutes on the clock and give him his third squat.
So he will do his second attempt. They will put 4 minutes on the clock so he can try his third attempt. I have never seen that before. And you would think after when you were skipped on your second that maybe you'd go say something. But it looks like Thomas is a new lifter. So he probably is learning. Next time he won't let that happen again. He is attempting 200 kilograms. Gets the squat command after being told to lock his knees. Looks plenty deep. Good lift, 2-1. Side ref said depth and no lockout. So we're going to wait 4 minutes, and then he will get his third attempt. And he's going to go put that attempt in now. So while we're waiting in these 4 minutes, the squat, since you missed my introduction, since I didn't have the audio going, the squat has 2 commands. The commands are squat and rack. So the lifter will get underneath the bar and take the bar out at their comfort level. There's no command for that. Then when they have locked out their knees, the head ref will give them a squat command, and they will do the squat. When they come up, they have to lock out, and then they will get a rack command. The biggest infraction that I see on squats is not making depth. The hip joint has to be below the knee joint, and not parallel. It has to be below. Then the lifters can go up a 2.5 kilo jump or more if they make the lift. If they miss the lift, they can stay the same or go up. It's their choice. You cannot go down on a lift. You must make a 2.5 kilo jump unless you are going for an American record. If you're going for an American record, then you can do 1 kilo jumps. The bench press will be coming up next. And the bench press has 3 commands. First command is start. The second command is press. And the third command is rack. Now, with the press command, the head ref has to wait for the bar to be completely motionless before he or she calls the press command. I would say the biggest infraction I see on the bench is jumping the press command is one, butt coming off the bench is another. Sometimes legs, feet coming off the floor. You can have some foot movement, just not a lot. Or it can't come up off the floor. You have to stay in the same position that you started in. Sometimes you see a head come up, especially in equipped lifting. We do have several equipped lifters today, so we'll see if we see that at all. We have a lot of experienced referees here today. And some very experienced spotters and loaders. As you saw, Bryce Lewis is helping spot and load, and he is a world champion lifter. He also is I believe he's a coach, coaches a lot of athletes.
We now have 1 minute on the clock.
1 minute left until Mr. Greer gets his third attempt.
It's not fair to have a lift and then come out 1 minute later. He needs to catch his breath. So the International Powerlifting Federation rules are.
Okay, bar is loaded. And he's now within his minute time frame to do his third attempt. He is attempting 210 kilos.
Scores table.
Lift looks good. Let's see what the refs say. Good. Good lift. Now we are done with the squats. And we have a 10-minute break until the bench press starts. We will be back with the junior men in 10 minutes.
bench portion of the competition. There are 3 commands to the bench. Start, press, rack. Start, press, rack. The lifters are laying the bench looking up at the ceiling. They cannot see the referee, they can only hear the referee. So we turn the music down during the bench. Does that make you happy? Alright. Well, once they start pulling, we're going to turn it way up. So fuck these seats.
Hello, we are back for the bench portion of the morning session. My name is Kristen Taryn. I will be commentating for you this morning. I am a Colorado powerlifter. I'm a national referee, although you might question that if I get some of my comments wrong. Today we have junior men and masters men lifting this morning, and this afternoon we'll have open men. The bench press has 3 commands: start, press, rack. The lifter has to wait for each command before they can make their movement. Our first lifter today is going to be Andre de Portillo. Andre hit 115 on his squats. And on his bench, he is going to attempt 87.5 kilos on his first attempt. Andre is a junior lifter, ages 20 to 23. I think all of our lifters in the first session or the first flight are junior lifters.
All right, bar is loaded.
I think this is Andre's first meet. He did a really good job on the squats. Let's see how he does in the bench.
Bar is loaded, Andre D. Portillo, 192.9 pounds. Hey, Erica, you want to even have crayons? Take a crayons? No?
All right. Andre is waiting for the head ref to give the start command. And let's see, the referees say, good lift. Next up is Luis Salas. And Luis is attempting 95 kilos on his first attempt.
Hey, Eric, I got another card too.
Next lifter. Bars loaded for Luis Salas.
Bars loaded, Luis Salas, 209. On deck, Preston the whole time.
You will see Bryce Lewis is doing the liftoffs today. Bryce is a world champion lifter. It's nice to see people giving back and volunteering at local meets. And let's see what the judges say. Good lift, 3 white lights. Up next is Preston Lee. Preston is an experienced lifter. Preston's personal best on the bench is 100 kilos. And Preston is attempting 100 kilos on his opener. You will see in front of my camera Dan Goudreau, who is the meet director with his wife Jen, and they are also the Colorado State chairs for USA Powerlifting.
We got 100 kilos on the bar, 220 pounds, junior lifter, 66 kilo weight class. Bar is loaded. Preston Lee.
You'll see Gino in the background there. He's commentating today.
Oh, he smoked that.
And Preston made that look easy. 3 white lights. And that met his personal best for a competition. So if he makes one more lift, he will exceed his personal best.
Conor Moose, 237 for Conor.
Conor Moose is up. He's attempting 107.5 kilograms. He got 3 good lifts in the squat. So let's see if he can keep the streak going.
Come on, Conor.
Conor's personal best on the bench is 97.5. So he's attempting 10 kilograms higher than his personal best in a competition anyway. Let's see how he does. Looks good. Let's see what the judges say. 3 white lights. Good lift for Conor. New personal best of the competition. Up next is Benjamin Oliva. I think this is Benjamin's first competition. His sister competed yesterday and won her division. I think the powerlifting runs in the family. They both are really good lifters. Benjamin is attempting 112.5 kilos.
Come on, Benjamin.
Benjamin made all 3 of his squats. And that lift is good. Next up is Jaime Australia or Jaime Australia. I'm not sure how we say it. He's attempting 120 kilos. His personal best for a meet is 125 kilos, so he's opening just a little underneath that. Bars loaded.
Bars loaded. Jamie.
You can see Jamie is telling Bryce how he wants his liftoff. Some lifters are very particular on how they like their liftoffs. And since Bryce is a very experienced lifter, he will probably be a very good liftoff person. That looked pretty easy. Let's see what the judges say. 3 white lights. Good lift. Up next is Matthew Starkey. Matthew is attempting 130 kilos. He will be the last lifter in this first round of benches for the first flight.
Matthew Starkey, 286 pounds.
Bars loaded for Matthew.
Come on, let's shoot the thrill, Matthew. Not too shabby for an opener for this junior lifter, 286 pounds.
Again, these are all junior lifters, ages 20 to 23. And Matthew gets his start command. Matthew's a little bit more of a narrow grip, which uses a lot of triceps. Looks like he made that fairly easily. 3 white lights. All right, we're going to go to round 2 of the benches. Back to Andre de Portillo. He is 66 kilo weight class. Everything in powerlifting is done in kilos. And if you would like to follow along, you can do that on liftingcast.com. Liftingcast.com has real-time results if you would like to see for yourself. Looks like we had maybe, no, they're just reloading for the first lift. Fun fact with loading the weights, the first weight in on the bar has to be facing in, and then every weight after that faces out. If you can see the writing and the colors, that's what I mean. So Andre's attempting 95 kilos. Andre also has a bit of a narrower grip. And he got that up. A little bit of a grind, but it seemed like he got that no problem. Good lift. Up next is Luis Salas. Luis is attempting 105 kilos. He went up 5 kilos from his first attempt. Bars loaded. I believe this also might be Luis's first meet. A little bit of a grind, but he got that. Looks like it was a good lift. Let's see what the judges say. Good lift. You can see in the background there somebody taking pictures. That's Taylor Plant. She has her own photography business. I can tell you from personal experience, she takes really good photos. Bars loaded for Preston Lee. Preston is attempting 110 kilos. This is 10 kilos over his first attempt and 10 kilos over his competition personal best. A little bit of a grind, but he got that. And he got 3 white lights. Good job, Preston. Up next is Conor Moose. Conor is attempting 117.5 kilos. He did a 10 kilo increase from his first attempt. Conor's personal best in a competition for bench is 97.5. So he's smoking that today.
260 pounds almost. Being spotted by Alyssa, Jordan, and
now Conor has more of the wider grip. You're allowed to go as far out as there's a little knurling on the bar that's 81 centimeters between the two knurlings, and you're allowed to go as wide as that. Oh, no, not going to get that one. That might have just been a setup error. He hopefully can come back and get that on his third attempt. Next up is Benjamin Oliva. Benjamin also went up 10 kilograms from his first attempt, so he's going to try 117.5 kilos. Benjamin lifts for, it looks like the CU, University of Colorado Powerlifting. The lifters have 1 minute from the time bar is loaded called. To get the start command. That looks like a good lift. Yep, 3 white lights. Good job.
Jamie, then Matthew.
And Jaime is up next. And his attempt is 122 and a half. So he just went up 2.5 from his first attempt. He's playing a little conservative, which is totally fine. Everybody likes to manage their meets differently. Yeah, that was easy. He got that. It looks like, yep, 3 white lights. We'll see what he chooses to do on his third. Matthew Sharkey. Starkey is up next. He went up 7.5 kilos from his first attempt. His first attempt was 130. His second is 137.5. Matthew's personal best in the bench is 127.5. So he's already exceeded that. That looked like a fairly easy lift. Let's see what the judges say. 3 white lights. Good lift. Again, if you want to follow along, you can do that at liftingcast.com. Next up is, we're going back to the top of the order. Andre de Portillo. This is a 7-athlete flight. That is the minimum you can have in a flight without adding time. If there were less than 7 people in the flight, we'd have to add time in between each lift so the lifters would have an opportunity to rest. The most lifters you can have in a flight is 14. Andre has done a 5 kilo increase to 100K. That's 220 pounds. Oh, he's working it. Good job. Let's see what the judges say. 3 white lights. That was a good third attempt. Up next is Luis Salas, and he's attempting 110 kilos. He went up 5K jump from his second.
Bars loaded.
Oh, he's trying, not going to get it. It shakes it off. Good attempt. So he'll get credit for 105 on his second bench. So far, everybody's still in the competition. Nobody has not made a lift yet. Hopefully I didn't just jinx somebody. And up next is Preston Lee. Again, Preston is a Colorado State record holder. He's a very experienced lifter.
112.5 kilos with the 66 kilo.
Preston is a CU lifter. Preston is attempting 112.5, which is 12.5 higher than his competition PR. Let's hope he gets this. Got a quick press command, and he lifts that up. 3 white lights. Good job, Preston.
2 lifters, 1 lifter left to change your openers. Lifters in the next flight, 1 lifter left to change your openers. You got that, Barbara?
Up next is Conor Moose.
Almost 260 pounds Bars loaded for
Connor is attempting 117 and a half again for his second time. He didn't make it on the second. That's a pretty big jump from his personal best in a competition, which was 97 and a half. But he did make 107 and a half on his first. So let's see if he can get this. Tightens up there. Oh, he's trying. He's not going to get it. He'll get it next time. He will have credit for his first bench of 107 and a half, which is still a record. So that's a good job. A record for him, personal record for him. Up next is Benjamin Oliva. Benjamin is attempting 125. He went up 5 kilos from his second attempt.
Loaded Benjamin Oliva, 276.
I think this might be Benjamin's first competition. He's doing very well so far. Gets the start command. Oh, he's trying. He's not going to get it today. Good attempt. He'll get credit for 120. Next up is Jaime Australia, or Jaime Estrela. I apologize if I'm saying his name wrong. He is going for 127 and a half. His competition personal best is 125. So if he makes this, he will get his competition PR. Oh, that looks easy. He got it. Well, let's see what the judges say. Judges say good lift. 3 white lights. He definitely has more in the tank there. He'll be able to get more. Up next is Matthew Starkey. Matthew is attempting 142 and a half kilos. That's 314 pounds. Matthew's in the 83 weight class. And then he's a junior lifter, age 20 to 23. Very strong young man. He's trying. He's grinding. Oh, can he pull it out? Oh, looks like he did. Did he? Oh, he might have jumped the rack command. Let's see what the judges say. We're having a little bit of a delay here in getting the result. There we go. Yep. No lift because he jumped the rack command. Again, in bench press, there's 3 commands. There's a start, press, and rack. You have to wait for the head ref to say those commands before you can make that move. So unfortunately, he won't get credit for that lift. Okay, we are moving into the second flight, Flight E. And these are all masters lifters. The first one is the only one of you like trying to.
Bars loaded, Gary, Peterson.
We've shifted our refs around a little bit. We might have some American record attempts here today. You have to have national level referees for American records. We have Gary Peterson on the bench attempting 70 kilos. And looks like he might have had some downward movement of the bar. Let's see what the judges say. Yep, one judge gave a red. He gave a red card, but I think he probably meant a blue card for downward movement.
If you go out, you can go right.
Up next is Brian Chumsky. I think this is Brian's first meet, which is really great to see as a Masters lifter. He's a Masters 1, age 40 to 49. Brian is attempting 87 and a. They went down in weight, which they was not what they're supposed to do, but they're letting it go. 87 and a half kilos for Brian. Not sure what happened there with that. And that looked pretty easy. Made that well. Let's see what the judges say. Yep, 3 white lights. If you want to follow along, you can follow along on liftingcast.com. Scott Newman is up next. Scott looks like he's a bench only lifter. He did not lift in the squats. He is attempting 115 kilos. Scott is a Masters 3 lifter, age 60 to 69. His personal best in a competition is 125 kilos.
3 lifter. On deck is Bemer. In the hole
We got a bunch of
is
stuff still in our
Wood.
trailer, and I don't think we pulled that out yet. Okay. Let me look, and Logan might have something in his skate bag.
I think I could get one from. I don't know. I think I might have one in my car.
Okay.
I just want to
Let me ask Logan. Let me see.
Something happened there. I wasn't quite sure. So I'm not sure what happened there. Good lift. I don't know what happened. So I think the head ref kind of had a brain fart there. But they gave him the lift. So good lift for Scott at 115 kilos. Up next is Bob Bemer. He's attempting 120. You can see he's giving Bryce some very specific instructions on how he would like his lift off. Bob's an equipped lifter. He is wearing a compression shirt, which helps the lifter get more weight. I can tell you, I have just started equipped lifting, and the bench shirt is my best friend. Not so sure about the squat suit yet, but and you got to pull that weight down. Gets it? There. Let's see what the judges say. Lift is good. Good lift. 120 kilos. Next up is Jason Wood. Full disclosure, Jason is my coach. So, of course, I'm going to wish him the best. Jason also is responsible for bringing you this podcast. He's been very excited about getting this set up. And he's done a great job. Jason is also an equipped lifter. Jason is attempting 122 and a half. That's 270 pounds. Jason is a Masters 1 lifter. He's 40 years old. And he pulls that bar down to his chest. Oh, that looked easy. Good job, Jason. Let's see what the judges say. Yep. 3 white lights. Up next is Jim Brookshire. Jim is a Masters 3 lifter, and he's also lifting equipped. He's attempting 125 kilos. Jim also helps out at a lot of meets with spotting and loading.
Loaded. Carafello on deck. Here in the hole. Wow, the handoff man is getting the handoff. So rock and roll nation.
Oh, that looked easy.
Beautiful change, 276.
And he gets 3 white lights.
Load the bar up for Ron Garafello, 290.
Ron Garafello is a Masters 2 lifter, attempting 135 kilos. Ron is also a coach. He was here yesterday with some of his lifters lifting yesterday.
T-shirt with the correct crew collar, not the V-neck.
That looked like a nice smooth lift. 3 white lights. Good lift. That was 135K. Thomas Grier, who the squat somehow managed to hide, had a little bit of a snafu there. Hopefully on the bench he will recognize if he gets skipped. He's attempting 135 on his bench as well. He's a Masters 1 lifter, age 40 to 49. That looked good. Let's see what the judges say. Yep, 3 white lights. Good lift. Now we should be... Oh, no, we have one more lift. We have another bench-only lifter, Jeffrey Wilson. Jeffrey is a Masters 2 lifter, age 50 to 59. He will be attempting 145 kilograms, which is just under 320 pounds.
Bars loaded, Jeffrey.
I saw that. It's so cute.
Wilson.
Oh, he had to run off the platform because he still had his shorts on. Thankfully, somebody pointed that out to him. You can't adjust anything on the platform other than your belt. Looked like a smooth lift. And 3 white lights. Good lift. So we're going back to the... nope, we still have 2 more lifters before we go back to the top. The next lifter is Titan Rittenauer. Titan is attempting 182 and a half. He's a Raw Masters 1, 40 to 49.
Titan right now, 402 pounds.
The lifters have 1 minute from the time the head ref calls bar is loaded to get the start command. So he's got plenty of time. That looked fairly smooth. Let's see what the judges say. 1 red light. There was a yellow card. I'm not sure what that was for. Yellow card could be for any number of things. Head movement of the head, movement of butt up off the bench. Are we going for an American record here?
National referees.
Looks like we're going for a national or an American record here for Tom Sensich.
This is an unofficial world record by 12 and a half kilos. Give me a round of applause for an unofficial world record for Tommy Sensich.
So Tom Sensich is a Masters 3 lifter. He's attempting 200 pounds equipped. He is wearing a bench shirt. This is an American record attempt. Oh, that was easy. Good lift, 2-1. Looks like the side ref said his butt came up, and that's an unofficial world record. You can only do a world record at a world meet or international competition, an IPF competition. But congratulations, Tom. Good lift. Okay, back to the top of the order. Gary Peterson is attempting 80 kilos.
Gary Peterson.
This will match his competition PR. Gary is a Colorado State record holder. He is age 70 to 79. I even think he might even be 79. Couldn't get that one. Hopefully he can come back and get it on his third. Next up is Brian Chumsky. Brian is a Masters 1 lifter, and he's attempting 92.5. And I believe this is Brian's first meet. It's nice to see Masters lifters getting into the sport.
Brian Chomsky.
Brian went up 5 kilos from his first attempt. Pushes that up. The judges said 3 white lights. Up next is Scott Newman. Scott is a bench-only raw Masters 3, and he went up 5 kilos from his first. He's attempting 120 kilos.
Bars loaded. Scott J. Newman. Go on, Scott. Good job.
Gets his lift off from Bryce. Oh, looks a little lopsided, but he's pissing it out.
And the lift is good. 3 white lights for Scott.
3 white lights. Good lift. Up next, Jason Wood. Jason is a Masters 1 lifter. He went up 2.5 kilos from his first attempt. That was a Colorado State record for Scott Newman, I am being told. Jason is an equipped lifter.
Bemer on deck, Gaara fell over the hole.
Bars loaded for Jason.
Reposted my Instagram yesterday about Logan.
Looked like a pretty smooth lift. Let's see what the judges say. 3 white lights. Good job, Jason. Up next is Bob Bemer. Bob is a Masters 4 lifter, 70 to 79. He's also equipped, lifting 127.5, an American record attempt.
In the 83 kilo weight class, Bob Bemer, by the way.
So not to make Jason feel bad, but he's 30 years older than Jason, and he's lifting 2.5 kilos more. Although in Jason's defense, this is his first competition as an equipped lifter.
281 pounds, Bob Bemer.
Bob Bemer's personal best is 140 on the bench at a competition. Oh, saw a little downward movement there. We'll see if the judges caught that. We'll see what the judges say.
The lift is
good, 2-1. One of the side refs, I think, saw that downward movement. Up next is Ron Garofalo. And Ron is attempting 137.5. Ron made his first lift at 135. A little bit of a grind. Lift is good. 3 white lights. Good job. Up next is Jim Berkshire. He went up 15K from his first attempt. He's also an equipped lifter. Masters 3.
Loaded James Brookshire, 308.
He grinded that out. Let's see what the judges say. Good, 2-1. Not sure what the side ref called him on. Side ref said his butt came up. Thomas Grier is up next. 142.5 kilos. He's pushing that out. A little bit of a grind. Let's see what the judges say. Good lift, 2-1. Jeffrey Wilson is up next, attempting 157.5 kilos.
Come on, Mr. Wilson.
Jeffrey Wilson is a bench only, Masters 2 lifter. He's going up 12.5 kilos.
Wilson, all in black. Back in black. On deck, Titan.
Jeffrey Wilson's personal best in a meet is 155, but his last meet was in 2014. So I'd say he's doing pretty well. That looked good. It was a grind. Let's see what the refs say. Nope, they didn't get down some up and down movement. Up next is Titan Rittenauer, and he's gone up 7.5K to 190.
Bars loaded. I said bars loaded. Open up your ears. Put the wax out of your ears. Come on, Titan. Let's go, Titan. Lightweight, 419 for Titan. On deck, Tommy Senses.
Titan is attempting just under 420 pounds as a Masters 1 lifter. Oh, he's trying. Oh, nope, not going to get that one today. Thank God those spotters and loaders were there to help get that bar. Next up is Tom Sensich, attempting 210 kilos for his second attempt, and I'm pretty sure this is a second American record and unofficial world record if he makes this attempt.
This is 462 pounds, 210 kilos. Bars loaded. This is a Masters 3 American record attempt, unofficial world record attempt, Rocky Mountain Lifting Club. Tommy Sensich, give me a round of applause.
That was Gino, in case you don't know.
American record, break your own record. Unofficial world record.
Looked pretty good. Refs say, oh, no lift, 2-1.
His butt must have come off the bench. Is that what it was, Alex? All right, his butt came off the bench.
It's required that your butt stays on the bench, and your start position and your end position need to be the same. Up next is Gary Peterson. We're starting our third attempts in this flight E of the morning session. Gary missed his 80 kilos.
Give me a round of applause for this young man. 80 years old, he's out here benching.
Let's see if he can get this 80 kilos. 80 for 80. Oh, he's just doesn't have it, but he's really close.
Another bar for Brian Chumsky.
Up next, Brian Chumsky, Masters 1 lifter, attempting 95 kilos.
All right, are you ready, Carolyn? Are you ready, Martin? Are you ready, Dominic? Are you ready, Greta? Bars loaded. Let's go, Brian.
Good lift. 3 white lights.
The lift is good.
Up next, Scott Newman, bench only lifter. He's a Masters 3.
Newman, originally from Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
He's attempting 125 kilos.
Set a state record in Colorado, right? In South Dakota. 3B. Bars loaded. Come on, Scott. Jason Wood up next. Bob Bemer in the hole.
Scott's personal best for a competition is 125 kilos, which is what he's attempting here. This will match his personal best. It looks plenty strong. Looks good. Let's see what the judges say. 3 white lights. That was a Colorado State record. Good for him. Up next, my coach, Jason Wood, 127.5 kilos. Jason and his wife also are meet directors. They are running a meet in April called Yoki the Bear in Littleton. That meet is full.
Come on, Jason. Not that leader in the whole Brookshire.
All right, Jason's an equipped lifter. This is his first meet lifting equipped. Oh, that looked easy. Good job, Jason. Put some weight on the bar next time, bud. 3 white lights.
Bob Bemer, then Brookshire, then Grier.
Up next is Bob Bemer, who is also a Masters 4 lifter, and he's attempting 130K.
Bars loaded.
Equipped lifters wear a bench shirt that is a compression shirt. This is an American record attempt for 130 kilograms.
Come on, Bob. This ain't no long jump, Mr. Bemer.
I don't think he's going to get it. Good attempt. Good try. Up next is Jim Berkshire. Jim is also an equipped lifter, Masters 3, attempting 142.5. I think most of our spotters and loaders are from the venue high school today, Peak Preparatory, I think. Vista Peak, sorry. Vista Peak Preparatory has been very gracious in letting the Colorado Powerlifting have this as a venue today. Jim Berkshire is an experienced equipped lifter. He volunteers his time a lot for Colorado Powerlifting. He looked a little out of the groove, yeah. He just didn't have it in the groove that time. That's a problem with equipped lifting is if you get out of the groove, it's impossible to get back in it. So it was a good attempt. Up next is Tom Grier. Tom is trying 147.5. He's a Masters 1 lifter in the 83 weight class. A little bit of a grind. That's what a third attempt should look like. Let's see what the judges say. 3 white lights. Good lift.
Jeffrey Wilson. Bars loaded.
Bars loaded for Jeff Wilson. Jeffrey Wilson. He's also a bench-only lifter. He is trying 157.5 again. He missed that on his second attempt.
Come on, Joby.
It's looking good. He must have just been out of the groove on his second attempt because that looked good. Yep, 3 white lights. Good lift. He made whatever adjustments he needed to make, and he made that third lift. So good for him. He will finish the day on his bench only with 157 and a half. Up next is Titan right now, and he missed 190 on his second. He will be trying that again for his third.
Boys, welcome Titan right now. Then Tommy Sensich.
Well, he's trying. Nope, not going to get it. Good third attempt, though. Or, good try. Not going to get that one today, but he missed it on his second, too. So he'll get credit for 182 and a half. Last up on the third attempts for bench is Tom Sensich. Tom missed out 210 on his second. He's going to try it again on his third. Tom is an equipped lifter. So let's see if he can make those adjustments from the second lift. Tom's a Masters 3 lifter.
Give me a round of applause for Tommy Sensich.
All right, come on, Tom. Let's get this. Do it for your wife on her birthday. Let's give her a birthday cheer. Oh, he's trying. He's trying. He's trying. Let's see if they give it to him. Oh, good. 2-1.
Rocky Mountain Living Club, Tommy Sensich. Give him a round of applause.
That was Gino giving us a nice show here today. And Tom made that lift on his wife Claudia's birthday, who's in Brazil today. That was the end of the bench for this morning's session. We will have a 10-minute break to go to the deadlifts. The deadlifts will consist of one command, and that's just the down command. The lifters just come out and lift up the bar, and they set it down when the ref says set it down. So we will see you in 10 minutes. Good morning, afternoon. This is Kristen Taryn, and the bar is loaded for our first deadlift attempt. Andre Deportillo. We are on the first flight of the morning. We are on the first flight of the morning session. We have junior lifters.
There we go, starting now.
A bar is loaded for Andre. Andre has 1 minute to do his lift. He's attempting 110 kilos. Andre, all these lifters in this first flight are junior lifters, age 20 to 23. He has sort of a modified setup there. His hands were inside of his legs, which typically is what you do for a sumo. He had one red light on that, maybe for not locking out.
Two lights in the red.
And with the deadlift, there's only one command, and that command is down. As soon as the bar is loaded, the head ref will call bar is loaded. The lifter has 1 minute to come out and do their lift. And when they lock it out of the top of their lift, the head ref will say down.
You want to get a package from her, purchase a package from her, please stop by. See plant photography, give her a round of applause, volunteering your time. Stop by and see this young lady.
And I don't know if you just heard Gino, but he was talking about Taylor Plant, who is the photographer today. Luis Salas is our lifter, and he's attempting 155K, which seemed pretty easy. And he gets 3 white lights.
The lift is good. If there's anyone here for the afternoon session.
Taylor Plant, again, is the photographer. She has plant photography. She takes very good photos. She herself is a power lifter. Her husband, Cody, owns a gym and is a power lifter himself. It's a powerlifting family and community. So check Taylor out and check out some of her photos. Conor Moose is attempting 180 kilos. Well, this is looks like a hard one for a first attempt. Let's see what the judges say. 3 white lights, he got it. Up next is Preston Lee. Preston Lee is trying 200 kilos. Preston has a personal record of 197.5 for the deadlift. He is a Colorado junior record holder. If Preston makes this, he will have exceeded his personal record. No, wait, I'm sorry. Not quite yet. I can't do the math. His personal record's 197.5. He's attempting 180.
More quad dominant.
What? And again, I have to correct myself. He attempted 200. Looks like he made that, and that was a personal record. Sorry about that. Got to pay attention. That was a good lift for Preston. Up next is Benjamin Oliva. This is Benjamin's first competition. And so far, Benjamin is doing a really good job. He's attempting 200. Well, it looks like he made a good lift there. Yep, 3 white lights. Up next is Jaime Australia, or Jaime Australia. I'm not sure how you say it. He is attempting 200K. he actually has somebody here with him. I'm going to ask that person how you say his name. And I just checked with his mom, I think, and she said Jaime. So Jaime Australia made that lift. 3 white lights. Up next is Matthew Starkey, and he is attempting 202.5, and he will round out the first attempts in the first flight. And he looks good. Good lift. Okay, we're going to go back to the top of the order to Andre D. Portillo, and he's attempting 125. He made his first attempt at 110. Hey, Gino. It's Jaime. I asked his mom.
It's Jaime.
Bars loaded, Andre D. Portillo.
Andre D. Portillo.
276 on the bar. Up next, Luis in the whole Conor.
It's okay, it's fine. It's fine because it's just that
Standing right in front of it.
he wasn't for the lift because I switched cameras.
Okay.
See, it's that one.
Okay. It doesn't matter. You can stand in front of it at any time if you're flipping back and forth. I'm just going to tell them to stand on the
Yeah,
side.
sure. Okay, up next is Luis Salas. Luis is attempting 160 kilograms. Everything in USA powerlifting is kilograms. But that is 152 pounds, just under 153 pounds. Luis is attempting 160. And if you want to follow along with the live results, you can do that on liftingcast.com. That lift is good. 3 white lights. Next up is Conor Moose. He's attempting 185 kilos. Conor has a personal record in competition for 172.5. And he beat that on his first, so he is now in record territory for him. And again, all these lifters in this first flight are junior lifters, age 20 to 23. Oh, looks like we might have a... Oh, no, they just wanted to bring the bar back a little bit. That was Bryce Lewis, world champion power lifter. A little bit of a modified sumo, not as wide as some go. And that looked like a good lift. And 3 white lights, good lift. Preston Lee is up. Preston Lee is attempting 210 kilos. He is also in personal record territory. Preston is an experienced lifter with CU Powerlifting. Preston has gone up 10 kilos from his first attempt. Bars loaded. Preston is Also a sumo lifter, not as wide as some. And he's double overhand. Nope. No, he's not. That's just his setup. There he goes. Locks it out. Gets the down command, and the judges say, good lift. 3 white lights. Matthew's Starkey is up next. Matthew's personal record for a competition is 2:02.5, and he met that on his first attempt. His second attempt is 2:10. Let's see how he does. Judges say, good lift, 3 white lights. Up next is Benjamin Oliva. This is Benjamin's first competition, and he's been doing a great job. Benjamin is attempting 212.5. He went up 12.5 kilos from his first attempt. Oh, yeah, I don't know if he locked it out. Let's see what the judges say. One judge said no lockout. Otherwise, 2 judges said it was good, 2-1. And up comes Jaime Australia. He is attempting 217.5. He had 200 on his first attempt. And again, Jaime went up 17.5 kilos from his first attempt. Jaime is a sumo lifter. Beautiful. Looked pretty good. Good lift. 3 white lights. Up next, back to the top of the order. We are now in our third attempts. The spotters and loaders will clean the bar between every attempt, so that the lifters get the best grip possible on the bar and hopefully make their third attempts. Andre will be going for 137.5. If he gets this, he will have gone 8 for 9. All right, bars loaded. Looks like you locked that out. Judges say 2-1. Look, the side ref didn't think that he locked it out. Our next lifter is Louis Sawa. He's attempting 167.5. Louis made 160 on his second attempt. And he has gone up 7.5 kilos to 167.5. This might be Lewis's first meet.
Luis, silver medal position, 369 pounds. On deck, Conor in the hole. Preston.
Lewis is in second position. If he makes this, he will stay in second place.
The lift is good.
Lift is good.
Moose.
Conor Moose is next. He is attempting Conor Moose is attempting, sorry, I've messed up my computer here. 192.5. He made 185 for his second. His third is 7.5 kilo jump. Conor is in the 83 kilo weight class.
Bars loaded, Conor.
Looks like he locked that out. And the judges say 2-1. The side Jeff didn't think he locked that out. Preston Lee is up next. Preston is attempting 212.5 kilos, just under 469 pounds. Preston does hold some records in the Colorado junior class, in his weight class of 66K.
Take a look around, little biscuit. He's in the gold medal position.
Preston is in first place in his weight class. Let's see if he makes this lift, he will stay in first place.
Body weight, ladies and gentlemen, well over 3 times. 3.3 times his body weight, Preston Lee.
Oh, he's trying. He's trying. Let's see if he makes it. I don't know if there was up and down movement or not. There might have been. Let's see what the judges say. Lift is good, 2-1. The side judge said a little bit downward movement. Up next is Benjamin Oliva. He's attempting 225.
Benjamin Oliva's in the gold medal position. Starkey out there. Jaime Australia. 496 pounds. Pause number, no more changes. Lifters in the next flight. No more changes to openers.
No more changes for the next flight. The rule is you can't change your opener up to 3 minutes before your flight begins. Oh, he's trying. Just couldn't get that one today. But he's had a good day today. I think this is Benjamin's first meet. He's done a really good job.
Position in their respective weight classes And they are both pulling 501 pounds off the floor.
Up next is Matthew Starkey. He's attempting 227 and a half. He went up 17 and a half kilos from his second attempt. He got 210 on his second. And Matthew has managed to break his personal records for the competition anyway. I don't know what his gym records are, but I'd have to say they're probably pretty close. And Matthew's a conventional lifter. Feet together, hands out. He's grinding, he's trying. Looks like he locked that out. Let's see what the judges say. Good lift, 2-1. Looks like this side judge said no lockout. Up next is Jaime Australia. He is the last lifter of the first flight. He's attempting 227 and a half, the same weight that Matthew attempted. And Jaime will be in first place if he makes this lift.
All right. We ready? Bars loaded, Estrela. Give him a round of applause.
You will notice that all these lifters are wearing knee socks. That is required in the deadlift. That looked too easy. I think he probably got that. Let's see. Yep, 3 white lights. I think Jaime's got more in him. We're going to see some more from him. That wraps up the first flight, where you're going to head right into the second flight, which are all masters lifters.
Going to our last flight. Gary Peterson is our opener.
Gary Peterson is the first Masters 4 lifter. He will be 80 years old in a couple of months. Gary is attempting 137 and a half, which is 303 pounds. 80 years old, lifting 303 pounds. That's amazing. Gary has a little bit of a modified sumo stance there. And he stands up straight. Looks like he locked it out. Let's see what the judges say. 3 white lights. Good lift. So there was nobody in the first session who did not make a total. So everybody got a total in the first session. Although I don't think any of those lifters went 9 for 9, but that's okay. Let's see what the Masters gentlemen do in the second flight here. Up next is Tom Sensich. Tom is attempting 150 for his first attempt. Tom is an equipped lifter. All right, bars loaded for Tom. He's on his way out. And Tom is a conventional stance. And he pulls that right up, gets the down command. Should be good. Yep, 3 white lights. Up next is Jason Wood. Jason is the owner of Generation Strength with his wife, Rachel. They are also meet directors. They have a meet coming up in April called The Adventures of Yoki the Bear. It's in Littleton. That meet is full, but it's he always loves to have spectators come. Jason trains out of Strong Bodies in Littleton. Also happens to be my coach. Jason is attempting 170K.
Come on, Jason, right up.
And I'm pretty sure this is Jason's first equipped meet. That looked easy. Good job. 3 white lights, good lift. Up next, Brian Chumsky, 177.5. Brian is also a Masters 1 lifter. Jason was a Masters 1, just turned 40 this year. If you'd like to follow along, you can do that on liftingcast.com. Gives you real-time results and can even tell you which refs did which lights. Bars loaded for Brian Chomsky. He is a conventional stance. And he locks it out. Looks like he got a good lift there. 3 white lights.
The lift is good. Bob Bemer, 396. Masters 4 lifter, 76 years young. Bob Bemer, 76, pulling almost 400 pounds off the floor.
Bob Bemer is up next, Masters 4 lifter. He's attempting 180 kilos, 397 pounds, just under 397 pounds.
Come on, Bob. 76 years old, 397.
He is a sumo stance lifter. He's also an equipped lifter. He's wearing a compression suit that's supposed to help give a little bit of weight ability. Looked pretty good. Let's see what the judges say.
And the lift is
Good lift.
All right, James Brookshire, then Grier, then Gaara.
Jim Berkshire is also an equipped lifter, attempting 187.5. Jim is a Masters 3 lifter.
Bars loaded.
Jim, I think, trains at Rocky Mount Lifting Club with Dan and Jen Goudreau. Dan and Jen are the state chairs of USA Powerlifting. And that looks like a good lift. Let's see what the judges say. 3 white lights, good lift. Up next is Thomas Grier. He's attempting 225 kilos, 496 pounds. Bars loaded.
Bars loaded, Thomas Grier, 496 on deck, Gaara. In the hole, Titan.
Tom is attempting 225 kilos. He's a Masters 1 lifter. He let that down gingerly. 3 white lights, good lift. Ron Garofalo is up next. He is a experienced lifter. He's a coach. Had a lot of lifters here yesterday lifting. He's always participating one way or the other.
The owner and proprietor of Furnace Gym, Ron Garofalo, multi-time world champion.
He's attempting 230K. Good lift. Yep, 3 white lights. Up next is Titan Reitnauer, and Titan is attempting 262.5 kilos. He's in the 120 weight class. Titan is a Masters 1 lifter.
From the Rocky Mountain Lifting Club in Aurora, Colorado. This is Titan right now. Boys, let it give him a round of applause. Titan, the best in the business. Makes Alex happy.
Titan pulls that up, gets the down command. Looks good. Let's see what the judges say. 3 white lights. Good lift. So we're going back to the top of the order for our second attempts, starting with Gary Peterson, our Masters 4 lifter, who's just a couple months shy of 80 years old. He's going to attempt 142 and a half. Gary holds Colorado state records, and I think maybe some American records. I'm not sure. Gary's personal best in a competition is 135, so he just beat that on his first attempt.
Come on, Gary.
He pulls that up. Looks good. Let's see what the judges say. 3 white lights. Good lift. Jason, what is up next? Jason's equipped.
Jason with 402. Then Brian Tommy at 407.
Jason is a Masters 1 lifter.
You got the shot, right? So you go back to your crossword puzzle. But this is so exciting for you. You don't have to take it. You don't have to take it.
Jason's attempting 182 and a half kilos. He took a 12.5K jump from his first attempt.
Let's go to Jason Wood, Masters 1 equipped lifter.
He was waving to his kids back there.
Come first for the shot. How do you like him now?
Hey, looks like he got that up pretty easily. Judges say 3 white lights. Good lift, Jason. Jason is also a meet director with his wife, Rachel. And Jason's my coach. Up next is Brian Chumsky, attempting 187 and a half. He made his first attempt at 177 and a half, so he made a 10K jump. Brian is also a Masters 1 lifter. I think this is his first meet.
Loaded Brian Shamsky, 413.4. Come on, Brian. You got the camera going, Martin?
Box it out. Let's see what the judges say. Good lift, 2-1. Looks like the side judge says he didn't lock out. Up next is Tom Sensich. Tom is attempting 187 and a half. He went up 37 and a half kilos. That's a big jump. Let's see. He probably just wanted to make sure he could get a total. Lifts that up. Good lift, 2-1. Tom's wife, Claudia, has a birthday today. I don't know.
If you're watching, Claudia, happy birthday.
That was Jen Goudreau. the meet director and Colorado State Chair. Bob Bemer is up next, attempting 195K, his 15K jump from his first attempt. Bob is also a Masters 4 lifter. He's in his 70 to 79 year age group. Is this this might be an American record attempt? Is this an American record attempt? That's yeah. Jen went and got in the chair because this is an American record attempt. You have to have 3 national referees in the chair. And Bob is attempting 195K. Let's hope he gets this. He looks pretty good. Lock it out. Gets the down command. Looks good. Let's see what the judges say. 3 white lights. American record for Bob Bemer. Congratulations. Up next. Up next is Jim Brookshire. He's also attempting 195. He is an equipped lifter.
James Berkshire, 429 out that Grier, and on Gaara follow. Right out Titan.
Jim went up 7.5 kilos from his first attempt. Looks like he got that. Let's see what the judges say. Good lift. Next lifter is Thomas Grier. He's attempting 240K.
Thomas Grier, 529. Then Ron and Titan. On and on and on and on. Bars loaded.
And we'll see what the judges say. It looked like a good lift. Good lift. All right. Up next is Ron Garofalo. Ron is a Masters 2 lifter. Ron is a coach that has a lot of his lifters compete in Colorado tournaments and Colorado competitions. Bars loaded for Tom. He's attempting 245 kilograms. And again, everything in USA Powerlifting is in kilograms. This is about 540 pounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to Aurora, Colorado, where the grass is green and the girls
Look
are
pretty good.
strong.
Let's see what the judges say. 3 white lights. Good lift.
3 white lights.
Our next lifter and our final lifter of this second attempt is Titan Reitnauer.
17 pounds for Titan.
Titan's attempting 280 kilograms.
Yeah. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, there's over 7 billion people on the planet. You know who a world champion 3-lift powerlifter is? Best lifter in the world, former world champion. Big round of applause for Mr. Bryce Lewis right here out of Denver, Colorado. World champion, best in the world, 3-lift competition.
Not to take away from Titan right now, but he is the last lifter here in the second attempts. 280 kilogram attempt. Nope, not going to get that one. We'll see if he's going to come back and try that again for a third attempt. I don't know. It looked either just wasn't set up or just too much weight for him today. We'll see if he tries that again. We are back to the top of the order. This will be the final lifting for the morning session. This is the final attempts of deadlifts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here he comes.
This afternoon will be the open men.
In his category. He is attempting to pull. He's already pulled 313 pounds off the floor. He's looking to pull 319 pounds. In 2 months, he's going to be 80 years old. Give me a round of applause to Gary Peterson.
Gary Peterson is up. In 2 months, he will be 80 years old, and he's attempting just under 320 pounds. Wow, that almost looked too easy. Good job, Gary. Good lift. 3 white lights. Gary had a good day. He wasn't able to get a couple of benches there, but otherwise he had a really good day. And I think he made a couple American records today. And up next, we have Jason Wood attempting 185. I don't want to jinx him, but if he makes this lift, he will have gone 9 for 9, which means he gets to have 9 cocktails tonight.
You gotta run the clock anyway. You submit number, you gotta run the clock and light him up. Right?
Jason's a Masters 1, and this is his first competition in equipped gear.
Jason Wood, 1 minute to come out. Jason's in the back, he's got his headphones on. Maybe you can hear the boss order come in.
The lifter has 1 minute from the time bar is loaded is called to actually come out and do the lift. Looks like Jason.
He's coming out, taking a sumo position. He's getting ready to pull. No.
Looks like Jason might be timing out. Well, Jason then only gets 8 drinks tonight. He doesn't get 9, but he probably just maxed out on his second and didn't want to injure himself or take any chances on the third. Jason will get a total.
International Powerlifting Federation rules say you have to run 60 seconds and light up the lights.
Jason is timing out so that the other lifters can have their normal rest period. If it was a larger flight, he might not have done that. So Jason will get his total. He will be going to Open Nationals in May as an equipped lifter. And Jason did go 8 for 8 since he timed out on his third deadlift.
Tommy Sensich, 190 kilos, 119 pounds.
Tom Sensich is attempting 190K on his third attempt. Tom is a Masters 3 lifter, and he is an equipped lifter. Grind set up. We'll see what the judges say. Yeah, didn't lock it out at the top.
I'm going to guess on this one. I didn't see the lid, but I'm going to guess. They say he didn't lock out his knees. His knees were soft. What was the call?
Tom had a good day, though.
Soft knees. He stood like this.
Tom got credit for 187.5 on his second deadlift.
Ryan Chumsky, he's in the gold medal position.
Brian Chumsky's up next at 192.5.
Bemer on deck, Brookshire in the hole. Bar is loaded, here he comes, give him a round of applause.
It looks like Brian is also timing out. These old guys don't want to get injured. I don't blame them. The load for the next lift is 192.5.
Here he comes, he's got 10 seconds. He's coming out, 10 seconds. Here. No, he's going to time out too. Yes, ma'am.
So now the spotters and loaders will load the bar for 192.5 for Brian, actually, I'm sorry, 197.5 for Bob Bemer.
Hell yeah.
Bob Bemer is a equipped Masters 4.
Bob Bemer. Bob is in the gold medal position. He's looking once again for another American record attempt. He's looking to break his own equipped American record with 435.4 pounds. He's almost as old as Mr. Peterson, but not quite. Give me a heck. Yeah. Boys, going to pick up the first American record attempt.
American record attempt.
Let's go rip it off the floor, Bob.
This is 197 kilos, 435 pounds. Couldn't get that today. Good attempt, or good try.
76 years young.
76 years old.
World record on the bench. James Brookshire. 463 for Brookshire. Then got follow.
James Berkshire is up next. Jim is an experienced equipped lifter. He is attempting 210 kilos.
Here comes James Brookshire, coached by powerlifter extraordinaire Shane. Shane, go back. Shane, go back.
Bars loaded for Jim. Jim pulls that up. Looks good. See what the judges say. 3 white lights. Good lift for Jim. Tom Grier is up next for a 245 kilo attempt, 540 pounds. He just took a 5 kilo jump from his second attempt.
Even Bryce Lewis like that one. Thomas Grier, 540. Then tighten.
lying in a box. Let me go check. I'll check in a minute. Okay. I'll check.
Bars loaded. Thomas Greer.
Tom is a Masters 1 lifter, 40 to 45 years old. 40 to 49, sorry. 83K weight class. Oh, not going to get that one today. Tom went 8 for 9 today. Had a good day. Ron Garofalo is up for 262.5. He made a pretty big jump there. So no one's gone 9 for 9 this morning. But Jason timed out. Otherwise, he could have had a 9 for 9. So he went 8 for 8. And if Ron makes this, he will also be an 8 for 8. He timed out on his third bench. I believe it was on purpose. It wasn't a mistake. And sometimes lifters will do that if they just don't think they have it. If they didn't want to preserve energy, if they are working an injury or something. It's not uncommon. Ron is from Virtus Gym. He is a coach and a lifter.
Gold medal winner, 578 and a bar for Ron. On deck Titan.
Oh, wow. And the judges said good lift, 3 white lights. That was a good pull there.
Also another former world champion and world record holder. World champion in the 3 lift, world record holder in the bench. She is the cohabitating partner of Bryce Lewis. She's running the scores table. Big round of applause for my friend Natalie Henson right over here. Natalie and Bryce, 2 former world champions. Powerlifters. Did you mention what their house is like on a Friday night? All they do is talk about powerlifting. I love you, man. They keep each other nose toward. They talk about the best knee sleeves are to use. How's your training going this week?
So Titan is attempting 280 again. He had a hard time with that on his second. Let's see if he can come back and get this.
617 pounds, another position. Thank you. Just I got 2 of you.
Titan is our last lifter of the morning. Nope, not going to get that today. Good try. So we are done with our morning session. The awards will be coming up here. We'll keep the live stream going so you can see that. Thank you for letting me be a part of your morning. Don't forget to log on to liftingcast.com and you can get real-time results. Open men are this afternoon. We have Taylor Plant Photography here taking pictures of the lifters. We have some great spotters and loaders who are volunteering their time. So have a good rest of your day. Thank you. Doing the awards now for the lifting.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, handing out the medals in this session, two distinguished individuals. We have the co-meet directors, Coach Day Chairs of Colorado, husband and wife, owners of the Rocky Mountain Lifting Club. Big round of applause for Jennifer and Dan Goitrell. Multi-time world and national champions, powerlifters. Doing an excellent job here with this competition thus far. First category, men equipped category, 90, Masters 1, 93 kilo weight class. He went a perfect 8 for 8 because he skipped his 9th lift. He got all white lights. Big round of applause. Where is he?
He went to his car.
He went to his car.
We'll come back to it.
We'll come back to it. The equipped category, Masters 3. He set an unofficial world record in the bench. He got an American record in the bench. Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from the Rocky Mountain Lifting Club also. Big round of applause, 93 kilo lifting gold medal winner. And he also works out at Curtis Gym. He can't decide which gym he likes better. Big round of applause for Tommy Says. We'll go back once again. A perfect 8 for 8. All white lights. He skipped his last lift as he tweaked his back. Ladies and gentlemen, all white lights. Big round of applause for Jason Wood, gold medal winner. Equipped category, Masters 3, 105 kilo weight class. He works out at Rocky Mountain Lifting Club, gold medal winner, James Brookshire. Jim Brookshire. Where is he? Jim Brookshire. All right, we'll get back to him. Next lifter, Masters 4. He also set an unofficial world record. He's the current world record holder in the bench. Set an unofficial world record and multiple American records today. He works out at a shed in his backyard. Big round of applause, gold medal winner, Bob Bemer. He also works out at the Rocky Mountain Lifting Club. Bench only competition, Masters 3, set an American record today. 93 kilo weight class, big round of applause, Tommy Sensich. Junior category, 66 kilo weight class, silver medal winner, Andre D. Portillo. And the gold medal winner, both of you come up here at the same time, Preston Lee. Stay up there. Give him another round of applause. Junior category, 83 kilo weight class, silver medal winner, Conor Moose. And the gold medal winner, Matthew Starkey. All right, 93 kilo weight class junior category, silver medal winner, Luis Salas. And the gold medal winner, Jaime Australia. Luis, flip the medal over. There you go. Junior category, 120 kilo weight class gold medal winner, Benjamin Oliva. Masters 1, 74 kilo lifter gold medal winner, Brian Chumsky. That's his first meet. How about that? It's all downhill from here, man. All right, gold medal winner, 120 plus kilo weight class, Masters 1. Gold medal winner, Tight right now. Masters 2, 83 kilo weight class, owner of Curtis Gym, gold medal winner, Ron Gaara. Oh, thank you for the candy, Ron. Masters 4, 74 kilo weight class, gold medal winner, almost 80 years old, ladies and gentlemen, Gary Peterson. Masters 2, bench only, 93 kilo weight class, gold medal winner, Mr. Jeffrey Wilson. Masters 3, 93 kilo weight class, gold medal winner. Big round of applause for Scott J. Newman. Hello, Newman. And in the Masters 3 category, gold medal winner, Jim Brookshire. 83 kilo, 92, what is he? What do you weigh? 105. He looks slim.
Done. We got one more.
Well, I'll just announce it. What's his name? Grier? What's his name? He's in doping control right now, ladies and gentlemen. But how about a big round of applause for the gold medal winner, Thomas Grier? All right. That concludes the morning session. The afternoon session starts at 2 p.m. If you want to come up to either one of these banners and take photos with your lifters, with their medals, please feel free to do so. Thank you.
Thank you for watching this morning.
Hashtag social media. USA Powerlifting, USAPL. USA Powerlifting_CO. Just hashtag away. If you take some photos up here, just give powerlifting a little publicity.
Thank you for watching and listening this morning. 2 o'clock this afternoon will be the Open Men. And you can follow along on liftingcast.com.